to get this Penn State program back to winning more games. Last year, these two teams met to determine the 10th seed in the Big Ten tournament. Minnesota coming out on top as getting right to work underneath the redshirt freshman Katie Borowicz.
Quick ball movement, and Borowicz saw an open lane.
Borowicz coming off a game in which she was held to 2.6 turnovers against Wake Forest. Minnesota facing a very tough team in the Big Ten ACC. Challenges Marisa a wide open look, and she's going to do that.
We know that's exactly one of her strong suits. She's going to knock that down almost 10 times out of 10 times, getting the Penn State started early.
38% from three this season, and no surprise to see Kapanis come up with a steal, the Big Ten leader, and the dish to Marisa, but she can't put it away.
This press will be very interesting. I'm excited to see how Penn State is able to get the steals and how Minnesota will adjust to it.
They are fast, they are aggressive, they want to be disruptive with that press and defensively, and they have the speed to generate those turnovers. Here is Braun with her first look, and she misses everything. A pick and roll. They go into Pintu. The turnaround is no good. Good interior defense by Minnesota.
That was a strong move. She just has to extend a little bit more to get that up there. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that tonight.
Sent away, a big block inside, and that has Penn State on the run. It's Marisa looking for her options, finds Chaska, and another three for Penn State.
And of course, score on her will and being able to have Chaska open for that three.
It's Kapanis, Marisa, and Chaska who are at the top of that press. If Jonasia Kalish sounds familiar, that's because she is. She sat out last year while she is still finishing up her degree at Penn State. Dish out by Battle, quick swing to Gradwell, denied by Kapanis.
That's all about grit. They're getting their hand in there, doing everything to play that strong defense. I think we saw this a little bit in shoot around. So obviously a move that she's worked on.
Second one is going to rim out. We'll try and get through this full court press. She just puts her head down and does it. Finds Braun as Penn State resettles their defense, and she is 0 for 2 to start, coming off of that 27-point performance as we approach the midway point of the first quarter. A little floater, not quite there. Not a whole lot she could do to get around that right there.
She was determined on that box out.
Misha had a huge and one late against Wake Forest. Her numbers doubled from last year. Gradwell knocking down the three from the corner.
Oh, I definitely think that is the case, especially for freshmen. They're able to get just a little taste and go back to the drawing board and then able to come back out and really, change what they need to change or continue to progress in the way that the last game that they played against the Big Ten matchup.
Rose Misha working the boards and working behind the three-point line.
Defensive body and mindset like Leilani is amazing to have her out of 10.
Misha sneaks in to get that layup, knocked away by Isabel Gradwell as Minnesota's made this a one-point game.
And here we see it, Misha just really sneaking in there between two players.
15 seconds on the shot clock for the Lady Lions. Chaska dishes, Cash can't put it away. And a good box out ripping down that board by the freshman Hire. Hire looking for her own chance at a three, and she drains it. Maybe they've shaken off those early game jitters in this first Big Ten matchup and facing that press. Skying for that pass is Thompson, and she puts it up and in.
And they knew exactly where to throw the ball to her.
And Borowicz, love to see that nonverbal communication work out with the baseline inbound. Is Battle gets her own steal behind the back and draws the foul.
Her length, just look at her. Right there, hands up and going coast to coast. Two players, no problem, behind the back.
Amaya Battle, one of the best performing freshmen in the Big Ten. The Hawkeyes and Cyclones. Coverage begins tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic. On Big Ten Network, already sold out. Cyclones looking for their first victory since 2004. Borowicz on the run, finds Braun, who they're looking to get more involved. Three returners from last year. Kapanis has to make something happen and goes all the way to the rack for two. Minnesota smooth getting it over, and quickly as well. Borowicz has all kinds of time to line up that three. This was an absolute bomb from Borowicz.
Absolutely. They broke the press, they calmed it down, and she said, I'll take that. A logo from the side logo three there.
Williamson has that taken away, and Braun pushing for the Gophers. Marisa is back. She goes right into her chest, and it's an offensive foul on Mara Braun.
And here you can see it right into the body. McKenna takes it.
Another turnover for Minnesota, their 8th. You like to see that aggression from the freshman, but not that she's pushing too hard. 4 seconds left for Shesty, and she cannot drain it. And that is the end of our opening 10-minute frame. We are singing the praises of their ability to get steals and turn teams over, but they're trailing in that category after the first 10 minutes. 5-2, Minnesota giving them a little taste of their own medicine.
They absolutely are, and I think that Minnesota has really seen that if they're getting in there with their hand on the ball, they can really translate that into offense, and that's exactly what they've done.
Battle with aggression, but the third charge of the game.
Maybe if I get in my feet in the paint, maybe there's a floater for me, or maybe I can kick it out since there's so many bodies in the paint.
Is Minnesota pressing a little bit as Marisa knocks down a 2?
You're trying to drive in there, they're getting a hand on it.
Another good look for Borowicz. That one left short.
Penn State really trying to get themselves settled in this moment. They talked about that a lot earlier, of being able to make buckets, and there goes Chaska. Yes, she's probing. Chaska is probing, trying to figure out, and down the lane she goes with the beautiful right-hand finish.
You know what? Maybe Tanisha Wright's going to change that for you in Atlanta.
She absolutely will. She absolutely will.
Marisa lets it fly.
I feel like so often we see players telling their teammates to pass the ball, or skip it here, or skip it there.
Her knack for rebounding and blocking shots as a guard is remarkable. A little bit out of sorts on both sides for these teams as Sinano limited to about 9 games last year due to injury. Download the Big Ten Plus app and subscribe right now. And how about those Hoosiers?
She really wanted to take advantage of that, and Borowicz kind of snuck in there and brought her double.
Oberg gets it to Borowicz, and Minnesota's going to hold on to possession. Braun dumps it down, and an easy 2 for Destiny Oberg, the Arkansas transfer in Minnesota native.
After a small game of hot potato, the ball goes in the basket.
Chesky, long 3. She's got it. Yeah, let's see who can knock him down. Already 8 combined between these two teams. Another difficult shot for Battle, rattles out, and Cash, the big, on the run up ahead, and Pintu puts it up and in. A beautiful fast break.
She knew where she was trying to get to, and that was to the basket.
Not often you see your 5 out there running the floor like Cash just did, and then she sneaks in, gets the steal, communicating on the fast break. The lob to Marisa, but blocked by Gradwell. An incredible sequence as Penn State picks it off once more. It's one-on-one. Marisa goes underneath, and another block by Gradwell.
At that point, you just have to make the quick move, and if you don't get it to go, try to get the rebound.
Higher quickly collapsed upon. That opens up Gradwell off the dribble, and she's making an impact off the bench.
If you can get your defense going and then move it to offense, it's just a smooth transition.
Braun doing just that, and 1.
She took all of it and went right to the basket. Here she is in the passing lanes, getting down the floor, and she was determined to get this bucket, and 1.
The second foul against Jonasia Cash. And Braun completes a 3-point play and try to keep herself heating up. As Pintu drains the long range. Braun wide open. Thought that was going to be it, but left short. Higher keeps it alive for Minnesota. Borowicz.
She's one of those, you literally said it a couple seconds ago. Once she gets her shot falling, it's going up, and she's consistent at it. That first one to fall, and then it kind of rattles and spirals off.
She is a fantastic shooter.
Yes, and she's one of their best post players and really getting it done this season. You wouldn't want her to go to the bench.
Hey, can't charges also be contagious?
Yes. Yes. You see one, you want to fall next.
Borowicz splitting defenders, tries to whip it over her head. Minnesota with 15 first-half turnovers. That is not a number the coaching staff is going to be happy to see when they pull up the box score. Another steal by Braun. She pulls it out. Splash. Braun's got 5 points. It's an 8-2 Minnesota run as the crowd swells here at the barn. A missed shot for Penn State, and Minnesota can hold on to the final one of the half.
I would like to say it'd be interesting to see who Minnesota goes to for this bucket right now, but I think I have an idea, and she has the ball in her hands right now.
Braun step back three. Yes!
Is she feeling it? Is she feeling it right now? I think so.
The half is over. Braun probably doesn't want to go into the locker room along with the rest of the Gophers.
But I think that the biggest thing here is to not press it because you did come off of the half hot.
Braun is stopped, finds Battle for three. She drains it. Battle was coming off a 1-for-10 night against Wake Forest. And Lindsay Whalen told her, teams played me the same way, going under screens, and you're just going to have to learn. And Battle putting on a show. Chaska finds Pinto, spin move, and the dish to perfection.
You have to know. You have to know.
Cash calling for it. Misha makes it difficult, but not difficult enough there for Cash.
That was a strong move.
Just went right up and over as Borowicz almost loses it. Higher. Gets that to Braun. Battle slicing. Higher looking for another three. She's got it, and Minnesota rolling. Cross court, that's picked off. Too easy for Alexa Williamson. Happiness settles it down, leaves it for Marisa. Wide open, yes.
Speed. That's exactly how she got there. She's competing with the guards.
Happiness read it all the way. Easy two.
And more defense. And more defense, which Penn State needed.
Payton in a tough spot. Ball up for grabs. It lands with Higher. Battle looking for another three. Yes! She had just 1 3 entering this game. 2 tonight.
You picked up early. You have to, when you get back into the game, you have to make sure you're being smart about it because we need you in this game.
Maybe also trying to pump her up and keep her spirits up too.
Absolutely.
Mara Braun gets free at the free throw line, and she's got it.
Her ability to see the floor and find her open shots, as well as her teammates, but to find her open shots is of late, not going all the way into the lane, but just stopping for that pull-up J.
Marisa trying to find some space. Another look for Thompson, and she's got a three. Instead, Battle will try to shut down Marisa. Baseline, Thompson goes up and in. 7-0 run for Penn State. And Kapanis will add to it. And she is fired up. 9-0 run for Penn State. Timeout on the floor. Sonano lobbing inside. Misha can't put it away.
Lose your momentum. You lose your flow of the game for a little bit. And she'll probably almost definitely sit out the rest of this quarter.
Battle going left.
She has been so strong.
Second Gopher in double figures. She's got 11 on 4 for 8 shooting. And boy, has she rebounded from a cold 0 for 4 start. Marisa in this matchup between the Lady Lions and the Gophers. Gradwell looking to regain her stroke. Kapanis likes what she sees. Puts on the brakes. Up and in off glass. She was hungry for that one. Battle is blocked. Marisa read that perfectly. Up ahead to Thompson in stride, and Penn State battling back. And a rebounding right up there as well. McKenna Marisa along the baseline, drops it off for Cash. She can't put it away. Battle on the run. Minnesota has a chance to eat into this deficit heading into the fourth quarter. Kept in play and stolen by the Nittany Lions. Thompson can't get it off in time.
You know what? I need to get out of this slump, and this is how I'm going to start it.
She had been 1 for 14 combined with last game, and certainly flipped a switch. And anytime you are in the vicinity of her and there's a whistle, hold your jersey, say that's me. Marisa, 4-3. She's got 6 of those today, and she's up to 22 points.
Lonnie Kapnis, and a beautiful feed there to Misha.
Misha able to score inside, playing in this game with 4 personal fouls. Minnesota gets the steal, 2-on-1. Higher blocked from behind. Making an impact in all kinds of ways. Also a career-high 6 3-pointers in this one. Beautiful dish. Freshman to freshman. Gets it back to Pinto, who's been so great in the post today. Just off target that time. Borowicz up ahead to Higher, setting her feet. Decides against it. Braun, the finish underneath. Thompson with 2 seconds left has to throw it up, and it rims out. Battle whips a pass inside. Misha can't quite get it. As the big, known for running and sprinting the floor, Naz, it's got to be, it's a little reminiscent. Misha, second free throw. Kapanis takes a bump, offensive foul. That is 3 on Kapanis. Slicing through the defense is Borowicz. She's got 22 points in this one. Down low into Kapanis, using her power.
But right to the money where she could, where only Kapanis could get it.
Sidestepping is Battle.
Held it off with her body in between the defender and the ball.
And is unafraid of it.
I don't know if there's a thing that she is afraid of. It's definitely not the contact.
She has been clutch, playing like how she did as a Hopkins Royal here in the Twin Cities when she was a teammate of Paige Becker's. But McKenna Marisa right there with her 24 now points to silence the crowd. Borowicz drains the long-range 2. Chaska's got 10. And Borowicz, Penn State up by 2, up for grabs. The first Big Ten win of the season, a chance to go 1-0 to start Big Ten play.
Definitely not something that Minnesota wants to see. Of course, Coach Whalen talking to her about it. Next game, we're going to figure it out. We're going to talk about it and change a few things that happen in this game.
He leaves with 8 points, 2 rebounds. Couldn't quite find her role coming back after an injury. Battle cross-court pass, a clean look for Braun, off front iron, but Higher. Been an unsung hero in this game for the Gophers, but just snatched away with the aggression of the Lady Lions. Kapanis, through multiple defenders, says, "You won't stop me." An absolute freight train was Kapanis right there. Battle tied up.
You can't knock it. She's gotten her hand in there a bunch of times, so obviously it's working for her.
Kapanis can't kiss it off glass. Has led by as many as 10 in this fourth quarter. Minnesota has battled back multiple times, but back to a 2-possession game as a foul is called on Penn State. That's the 4th on Leilani Kapanis. This is a player who has flirted with a steal triple-double.
Rebounding and steals, 100% effort, and then she tops it off with her scoring.
Marisa in trouble, double team, gets it away just in time. Good look, Chesky lets it fly, and she's got it.
She was ready for that one to go in, got her feet set.
Battle turns on the Jets' lips, won't go. Pinchu, long range, too strong, skying for that board. Williamson. Oberg. He's going to take a seat for Minnesota. Williamson. Sanano faces up, finds Braun, posting up. She scoops it up and in. Marisa wants to get free. 2 seconds left for Pinchu, off back iron,
and it worked for that possession.
Braun
to get that up there and was able to draw the contact.
Braun coming into this game a 90% free throw shooter now this season, 19 of 21. You're going to see that at the charity stripe as well as behind the arc. And with that second free throw, Braun up to 16 points.
Something quick and easy in transition.
Marisa looking for space, being chased. 10 seconds on the clock for Kapanis. She gets into the paint. Braun stops her. Marisa, so calm.
She's practiced that probably a million times.
Already got a season high now, 26 points, 10 of 17 shooting. Borowicz launches a three and drains it. This is not over yet.
And with that timeout, Penn State was able to advance the ball. But that is a 5-second call. Ball is given to Minnesota.
Minnesota ramping up the defensive pressure. They get the ball back. It's about a second difference, shot in game clock. Battle is just going to attack and finish.
Nerves of steel, her first Big Ten game. She had this bucket on her mind. A little crossover towards the end.
Katie Borowicz picks up her fourth foul, up ahead to Marisa in Minnesota. And at the free throw line, Shania Pinchu. 65% shooter this season. And in a one-point game, drains the first. This to make it a three-point contest. Minnesota has to go to length of the floor. Do you look to Battle or Braun or someone else?
I'm looking to Braun, if I'm going to be honest. You want to tie this game?
Battle is going to take it and dish it. Braun, three, but a foul! And Braun has missed only 2 free throws this season. She's up to 17, 4 for 4 from the free throw line to go along with her 6 assists and 3 rebounds.
Didn't you mention she was calm and cool? What does she look like at the free throw line?
I don't even know, Naz. It looks like not a freshman. That's what I've got.
I would agree.
Mara Braun.
Take the air out of the ball here, I would, and get the best shot from your best player.
Into Pinchu, 9 seconds left. Marisa snaking along the baseline. She stepped out of bounds. Minnesota inbounding with 7 seconds left. A dangerous pass and another turnover. Yes, it is. Braun was trying to say it was touched. Minnesota could have now ended this game, and Penn State right back with the possession.
Enough time to get off a good shot.
6.3 on the clock. Kapanis gets it in, gets it back, going all the way, loses her defender, and puts it through. 1 second left. Borowicz is fouled, though. She is fouled. And she can go to the line to tie this game up once more. She nets the first. An 86% shooter, just 6 of 7 Hasn't found herself at the charity stripe much this season. And she goes 2 for 2 in the biggest moment of this game. And we're headed to overtime in Minneapolis. What a start to the Big Ten Conference season.
In case you haven't gotten enough of this game and this excitement, this environment.
Minnesota going with a smaller lineup with Sonano and Higher. And at the 4 and 5 and underway, 5 extra minutes to decide the first conference game of this season.
Noteworthy to have Misha out, but also remember, Leilani Kapanis has 4 fouls as well, so she has to be careful in this overtime if she wants to stay on the floor.
Pinto backing down Higher, gets free and can't finish. Williamson not able to clean it up, and Borowicz. Battle stepped up huge in the fourth quarter as well. Braun stepping back leaves it way short.
So you don't want them rattled and wild up the entire overtime.
Chaska is stopped on the reversal. Up ahead, Higher sneaks out free and gets the 2. Kapanis being guarded by Higher, kicks it out with 10 seconds on the clock. Too strong on that post pass, and a foul will go on the Gophers. Katie Borowicz, the second Gopher to foul out, as that personal foul officially attributed to her. And coming in is the 6th-year player, Michael Caton. She hasn't seen the floor in a little while. And
you don't want to step out of the flow of this game. But also for Penn State, they have to go and guard a player who hasn't been on the floor. Do they know their scout? Do they know her tendencies?
Up ahead again to Higher, who spins and puts it away. It's the freshman.
And a half-court pass from Battle.
Marisa, difficult shot, drains it. Her 7th 3 today. She's got 29.
McKenna saying, enough about the freshman. I'm seasoned here.
2-on-1 for Minnesota. Sonano is stuffed. Braun battling, and that's the second foul on Chaska. As Braun to go to the line once more. Coming off a game in which she scored 27.
She has all over the floor. 3-level scoring.
Marisa drops it up, and the finish by Williamson. Minnesota leading by 1. Braun in trouble, finds Higher. 2 seconds left. Battle elevates off target. Caton takes a shot as she flies in for the rebound. Caton knocks down the first.
Absolutely. Picking up a foul because a guard didn't box out hurts my heart.
As a team, 1:30 to go. Caton, an excellent shooter, has not been to the line today without a trip to the charity stripe. And she was not going to miss 2 in a row. Plenty of time for Minnesota, and they're going to reset as Battle will orchestrate. She almost loses it. Any mishandling, Penn State will get it. Marisa thought about a 3. Instead will pull up and get the bounce.
Couple dribbles in, money.
Braun throws it up, a wild attempt. Williamson rips it down, and game tied under a minute to go.
Penn State's going to slow it down a little bit.
Marisa launches a 3, misfires. She had been 7 for 9 in this game. 2-second difference shot in game clock. About a second difference shot in game clock, and Braun has it in her hands. Her coach says made for these moments.
Minnesota's absolutely trying to eat a little bit of clock.
Braun uses a screen from Higher, attacks, and is fouled.
We've seen her step up to these before.
And is good on the first. Minnesota 18 of 18 at the foul line since halftime. Penn State does have a timeout to use. And Mara Braun touches rim that time. Unbelievably. Finish the inbounder. She has to go somewhere. Throws it out to Chaska, who lifts it and hits. Tie game. 1 second left. Double overtime. Underway here at Williams Arena. 10 seconds for the Lady Lions. They go into P2. Kicking out to Chaska. Misfires. Kapanis was not boxed out. Came just that easy for Kapanis. She has a knack for the ball. Pick and roll. Higher is fouled. Kapanis today, 18 points, 8 of 9 from the floor. 3 rebounds, 4 assists as well as Higher. Meanwhile, second foul on McKenna Marisa. Definitely planned, as I said.
Sometimes life just happens like that. You do something, you cringe a little bit.
Pinchu calling for it in the post. They've got 8 seconds to work with. Marisa, the hesitation, and the dish. Braun being guarded by the long and athletic Williamson. She tosses it into Higher. Drop step, up and under, drops through, and one. At the free throw line, 17 points, make it 18. Marisa stopped by Higher. Example of the kind of work she's been doing. Another dish inside. Williamson, the floater, can't get it to go. Battle pushing for the Gophers, even in double overtime. She elevates and hits.
Nobody in front of her to slow her down.
That looks like a play she could make in the second quarter, let alone on these legs right now. Kapanis bounces in. 2:38 on the clock for Kapanis. She this season is 77% free throw shooter. Goes 0 for 2, chasing after her loose ball, all-out effort. Amaya Battle with 5 seconds to go will kick it out to Sinano. 3 seconds on the clock, blocked by Kapanis. We've seen that today. Williamson, the big, is rewarded on the run.
Defense to offense.
Braun met by multiple Lady Lions. Battle sneaks through. Gets it to go. Minnesota up by 2 again. Chaska trying to dish. Minnesota deflected it and a jump ball. Possession arrow Gophers. Battle surveying. Goes in the corner. Long 2 for Sinano. And staying here. Braun just gets that before Chaska collapsed on her. 8 seconds on the clock for Braun. She's going all the way. Basket and the foul.
And we saw these plays earlier in this game where she did the exact same thing but didn't finish it. This time she finishes it. Probes, goes in there. There's a couple bodies who stepped in, but no one committed. And the reaction from Braun afterwards, she's loving it.
Foul on Pinchu. 10 for 10. They've got 11 of 11 at the free throw line today. 40 seconds left for Marisa and the Lady Lions. Down by 5, they need to score now. Flipped up and kissed off glass by Williamson. A difficult shot, she drops in. 2-second difference, they're not fouling, but a turnover. Kapanis right there. And Kapanis the inbound. Shot clock is off. Marisa facing up against Higher. 10 seconds to go. Drains it over multiple defenders. McKenna Marisa, a career high 34 points. Minnesota will bring it in. 9.6 seconds on the clock. They go to Gradwell, and Braun not able to get the ball on the inbounds. He was 11 of 11 from the charity stripe today.
That was strategy from Penn State. Obviously, I believe McKenna Marisa was guarding her, and then at the last second, Kapnis came over to double.
Only scored 5 points in this game. And she does go 1 for 2. They have to go the length of the floor, down by 2. 8 seconds to go.
And will we see the play that we saw earlier?
Kapnis, 1 second left, has to get it up.